3 billion saves have happened on Wanelo. Pretty damn high number there. The program is used for people to share what they're interested in, and I think it's a damn good tool for product research. In this video, not only are we going to look at Wanelo, but I've got a few more tricks up my sleeve, and I think it's going to be a good one, so let's get into it. Three billion saves show us that people are not only expressing a massive, serious amount of interest, but also it shows us deeper psychological market trends. You can really get a broad and a close picture on this site. We're going to be looking at how these apps, how these tools can help us grow our business online and how they can help us understand our customers. So first up is Wanelo. This is an enormous catalog with 550,000 stores and 30 million different products, with of course 3 billion saves. So the site has more than 8 million users, and 70% of them are active monthly, which is pretty high engagement. So you want to get on top of this to make the most out of these people. If you hadn't heard of it, I hope that this is useful to you. Wanelo users spend about 50 minutes on the site every single day. 90% of them are women, and 50% of them are under the age of 25. The iOS store currently ranks Wanelo as the top 50th app in its entire store. So this is pretty up there. It's rivaling things like Amazon and Walmart. So if you haven't heard of it, I would jump on board right now. So should we have a look at it? Yes, we should. So not only is Wanelo a place for study, it's actually a sales channel as well. I can't get a monk on that because I'm in New Zealand. But if you're lucky enough to live in the USA, then you can get involved. All you have to do to install it is scroll down to the bottom and hit Sell Now, and then you can just connect it to Shopify. When you join, it asks you, do you want products for men and products for women? There's no option for either of those mixed, which I thought was a bit annoying. I was like, can't I just get both? I'm kind of interested in both products because I might sell a unisex product or I might just sell to both parties. But they didn't give you that option, so I went with women because 90% of people who use this are women. Now I've got a bunch of cool dresses, so we'll see what happens. I probably won't be selling dresses because I know nothing about dresses.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
But this is the feed. So essentially, I'll just show you how this whole thing works. You have an account, you go through and you save products. Nice. And then they go to your page, and then your friends can be like, oh, look, he likes these green shoes, this hat, and those jeans. So if you had a product on here, you have this like organic sort of self-fulfilling loop where if people like the look of it, there's this little thing, they just save it. They don't have to buy it. There's no commitment at all on their side. They just save it. They add it to their massive page of products. And then other people can go on their page, have a look through. And if your product's eye-catching enough or useful enough, then it gets added as well. So there's this great little symbiosis, a community building aspect to it. And as a Shopify store owner, there's no fees for putting your products out there. There's a 2.9% transaction fee, but there's a 15% fee for the trade itself. So that's 15%. Yes, that's a lot of money, but it's the same as like a discount code, and there's no upfront costs. So that makes it a lot different from other e-commerce platforms where you have to do paid ads, Google, YouTube, Facebook, things like that. Enormous store, like so much on here. I always do this in these videos just to get a constant variable. So I always put in eco-friendly to just take a look at what's going on. Which brings me to my second sort of analysis on Wanelo is not only is it going to like promote your products in your store, help you build a brand, it's also a product research tool. And that's what this video was about. You can go through here and be like, what do people want to buy? They've expressed interest in buying, but they haven't actually bought it. So there's this like great opening for you to come in, because if you look at it differently, you go on AliExpress and you're like, wow, this product has 5,000 orders. I'm going to get on board with that and I'm going to sell it. What if 5,000 people were only going to buy that product? Now you're like on the top of this Google trend that's coming up, and heaps of people have been interested in it. Heaps of people have bought it. And then the phase, flutters into nothing. It's just one scenario. I'm not saying that is what happens every time. But with Wanelo, if 5,000 people have expressed interest in this product, that means there's actually an audience right there waiting to buy the product. So if you can make some cool creatives and you can run paid ads or get people to come to your website through email marketing, whatever you're doing, upsell funnels or something like that, then you're going to be actually getting real tangible conversions as opposed to a less transparent or less concrete AliExpress route where you have a look at the orders and you're like, yeah, I've definitely got an audience there. So if you keep watching this video, we're going to be looking at Dropship Spy as well. And in there, I really break down how to look at audiences because they have a tool for it, which is really great. So yeah, we'll talk about Facebook targeting later on. But right now, this is just such a great place to get what the customer wants. You know, this is grassroots product research, very different to something like the big ones, Ecom Hunt, Thieve. This is curated by algorithms, by bots to show you what's coming up because what's coming up is what's being bought. But with Winello, you're getting what the customers themselves are expressing interest in. I think I'm beating a dead horse there, but basically that's the name of the game. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our second tool of the day, watch count. So this is actually the same idea. I thought this would be cool to kind of bundle these expressions of interest tools together in this video. A little bit different to my other videos on product research, which are all down here if you wanted to take a look at those. So watch count, it's in the name. Basically, you go on eBay, and I'm not sure if you know this already, sorry if you understand eBay, but when you go on eBay, you don't just purchase it, it's more about bartering. You don't really get to go down in traditional bartering on eBay, but you get to go up. You can say, I kind of like the look of these shoes, go for $10. Somebody else goes, I'll take them, $11, so on and so forth. But you don't actually have to be part of that bidding to be part of the fun. You can watch an auction as it goes. You can just see if it's sold at the price that you thought it would sell at. So eBay, I found, is a really good place to understand what people are prepared to pay for a product, because people have the option of actually choosing how much they're going to put in. People are going to tap out at a certain threshold and they're going to say, you know, $12 for those sneakers is just way too high. Or they're going to bump it up to $50 and you can go, okay, maybe I should price a similar product at that level. So that's just some idea to think of in terms of watch count when you're going through. So right on the homepage here, we will go to one of the categories. I was about to go to coins, but I was like, that's not very good for drop shipping. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe I've just found an untapped niche. Okay, so silver coins, old uncirculated collection bullion. The bid price is £70. 5,000 people have pressed watch on that. So people are interested to see how much that goes for. I was going to do a bit more tangible product, but maybe you should start drop shipping silver coins. There's a lot of interest in there. Let's go to something a bit more neutral. Say clothes. Everybody buys clothes. So watch count, 16,745 followers on a pair of yoga pants. Obviously yoga pants popping off. So you can see the bid price is £5 under what's $4.99, just under £5, and 16,000 people have expressed interest in buying it. So that's probably obvious to you, but you can take this idea into more niche, smaller products. I mean, clothing, you can have a look at like macro trends as to see what is kind of like on the come up. 5 years ago, yoga pants weren't really that popular. Maybe if you were on watch count and you could see that more and more people were adding to the watch list, then you might be able to say, hey, I could sell these yoga pants. They seem to be becoming more and more popular. And there would be people right there who would be keen to buy them, you know? This isn't, as I said already, like the AliExpress model. So you have the categories. If you look down underneath that, you can see the what's hot on eBay. And this is going to give you a little indication into the most popular products on eBay. I mean, there's a lot of like concepts in here, like Disney, you can't really compete with that, Paris Hilton, but you can see classics, boots, gold coins, iPods, fishing books, vintage, sales, jewelry. These are the big niches, you know, fishing books, the big niches, but you get the idea. This will be taking you to eBay, I'm pretty sure. Wow, High School Musical is trending on eBay. Who would have thought? Gibson. Yeah, let's look at Gib. And then once you started looking into a keyword, you can have a look at most watched. If you want to really find out what's being looked at the most, you can have a look at the most watched. So maybe you'd put in harmonica. That's a good drop shipping product. Small, it won't break. So not as big as I thought. I mean, it is a bit of an esoteric product. 306 is the most people who are watching harmonicas on eBay. So let's try something a bit more big. There you go, 7,800. Well, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's such common sense, really really, but you can see pumps, sneakers, gym trainers there, which is what you see everybody wearing anyway. So take all this data, as always, make a spreadsheet, get ready to start promoting these products in your store. If you're interested in selling them, that is what you should do. Yeah, I would have a look at watch count and really just use it for product research. Or you could just get sucked in and start buying stuff. That works too. So with watch count, try get on board with these products when they're low and try and ride those peaks. Like when we look at Google Trends, we can see those peaks that are coming up and you want to get on board then. You don't want to get on board after the peak or maybe too late in the peak itself. So this is market research, this is like a broader view. This isn't just product research. This is having a look at the entire market. So you should have a look and try and understand the global trends and hop on board. I mean, it's kind of a long shot, but if you just sort of tap in once a week and sort of keep in touch, this sort of knowledge is going to compound over time. If you've read Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that's what he says. It says, things take time. You're going to have to check in every now and again. When he's buying houses, he doesn't just jump in when he wants to buy a house and just buy the first thing he sees or the fifth thing he sees. He takes a walk through neighborhoods throughout his whole life that are around him where he lives, and he has a look at sales and houses that don't sell, and he can see which houses are being listed too high and which are going like that. So just tapping into this market research is going to give you a bit of a holistic knowledge, So hope that's useful for you. Best of luck with using it. I think it's a pretty good tool. Just before we go, here's a bit of a nug for you. When you're looking for products, what's the most important thing? You're trying to find the customer's pain point. As gross as that sounds, that is the truth. You're trying to help people, really. You're trying to see what needs to happen, what is the solution that you can come in with. So the nug that I want to offer you is go through reviews on Amazon and AliExpress and have a look at people who've expressed complaints about a product. Don't even look at the low reviews. Look at 5s and 4 stars as well, because people will be in there saying, hey, I loved it. It was really good, but it kind of missed the bar in this area, or you could have modified it like this. That's where real data is lying. You can just go through there, it's completely public, and you can say to yourself, okay, I can actually modify this product, or I could sell a different variation of this product. There's obviously an audience here. That's just a little side note for you. I was doing it the other day, and I was kind of blown away with how much data there is out there.
The next tool we're going to look at is Niche Scraper. Basically, this is just a tool for filtering out winning products, much like Droppoint, Ecom Hunt, Thief, lots of these tools out there, and they all have a unique selling point. So with Niche Scraper, you've got a store analysis and a video maker and a Shopify crawler as well, which I find to be all very useful. When you land in the page, you've got the basic product scraper tool. On the free plan, you can just sort by Ali score. If you upgrade, you can have a look at competition, growth rate, and recent orders. I'm going to show you a little bit. You can play around with that and you can filter out to kind of get something like those filters on the free version. Of course, you can filter by category to find your niche, and you can put in a keyword to be more specific. Then they have the hand-picked tool. This is where it's not a bot or an algorithm. People are employed to have a look at these products. Or so they say. These products are pretty cool. They're going to give you profits, Facebook ads, the link to those videos, of course, who they're targeting to in terms of demographics or detailed targeting on Facebook ads, links to competitor stores, and product videos. So a couple of these are new since I looked at this a couple of days ago, so they are adding things. There you go. I mean, I haven't actually seen many of these products around, so it's kind of more unique. All of these shops will, of course, be using the same sorts of algorithms to find these products through a bot, but you might as well use it while it's here for free. So let's just jump into one of these hand-picked products, a car rhinestone anti-slip mat. It's going to stop your phone from falling off when you're driving. They're going to give you a breakdown of profits, and they're not going to give you a break-even point. That's something that actually we offer at Debutify, is a similar sort of system here, but we have a few added extras, some spy tools, but this is pretty useful anyway. They're going to kind of sting you on the free version with a lot of these unlocks. They're definitely trying to push you to upgrade. When I first had a look at this, I was like, wow, there's so much knowledge, so much value in here, but you really just need to upgrade to get the most out of Niche Scraper. So I would recommend getting in, having a look at a few products, trying to get as much as you can before it ticks over and bans you from using it. And that's definitely achievable. You can find products in that time limit. You can import these straight to Shopify or sell with Top DSer. I haven't used that. I've got not much to say about Top De-esser. So yeah, they're just going to give you a pretty much an imported breakdown of this product from AliExpress. They don't actually tell you where this is from on the handpicked. You can't take it straight from AliExpress like in lots of other ones. They want you to import it straight away, and then you'll probably be able to see who the supplier is. So let's move on to store analysis, if it lets me on the free version. It did let me the other day. So you can have a look at the most popular stores. Crunchyroll doing very well. Wish.com. Yeah, my little brother uses that. Vice. Yeah, and then you can have a look. Oh, wow, I didn't know Vice were doing merchandise. Well, they're at 1,500 on the Alexa rank. If, for example, you were a journalist company and you wanted to see what your competitors were doing, you can have a look and see how much they're selling their products for, their monthly traffic, and their revenue. So yeah, you can have a look at posters and things. And of course, you can go straight to AliExpress from here. If you press the little red button at the top right-hand corner of these products, Niche Scraper will try and crawl AliExpress for this product so that you can import it to your Shopify store. They don't guarantee it because some of these things aren't on AliExpress. I doubt that these Vice custom merchandise is on AliExpress, but we could give it a go. Let's have a look and see if we can find this t-shirt. So that's a custom product, but you get the idea. And of course, you could go and have a look at the website as well if you wanted to understand how they were doing their creatives, which is definitely the whole point of product research. You want to find out what people are doing. You can see on the homepage they're doing a promotion, a collaboration. Then the next tool they offer is a video ad maker, which I thought was really quite cool. So I'll just show you how to do this. Let's go to my page. If you go to your store and get one of your products from your product pages, then you just pop it down into their video maker and it will take the photos from your page and it will create a custom video with music of your choice, which is pretty cool. So just pop that in there, fetch images. The standard music is a ukulele, but you can change that. So you just pick a few images that you like, and so let's go for 4. Let's change it to dubstep, definitely. And then you can change the text. This is going to be a simple Facebook ad once it's complete. Oh, someone who needs this, maybe I'd change it to tag someone, and then you could have extra text, and you want to have your CTA as well. And it's even going to make a little white background to put your logo under. And then, yeah, you just press generate. I think this is a really groovy tool for a free tool, to be honest. nichescraper.com/video maker. Not affiliated with them, but it is valuable. So let's have a look at it. Can you see the dubstep? That's genius. So simple. And there you go, just to 17 seconds. And then I feel like they're gonna charge me for downloading it, but no. Looks like we got the video. Wow, I didn't try downloading it the other day and we actually have it. Wow, okay, cool, thanks. I would definitely go back there with some better product photos. That's just a product I haven't even started selling yet because the photography I don't think is very good. But yeah, you could definitely put things in there for free. That's such a wicked tool, so quick as well. Okay, so the other thing that Niche Scraper offers is tutorials. I've watched a few of these that are really useful. When you watch people talking about product research, they usually just let slip a couple of nugs, which I think is very valuable. When people are riffing and they're talking about their things that they're passionate about, they usually give away a bit of value. So I'd recommend watching these. And yeah, of course, he's got a little bit of Facebook ads as well to help you market the product once you've found the product. So price plan, limited access on the free, 3-day delay. So I'm gonna have to come back again in 3 days to have a look at this. You get limited access. It's not really explaining how many videos you can make with the ad generator. And then with the membership, the only membership they offer is $50 a month. So yeah, it's pretty intense. But if you want to give it a go, I haven't actually done the pro version, but from the free version, it has been very useful to me. I don't need to find any products right now, but if you're looking for products, here is another great addition to your arsenal. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Dropship Spy. I think it's excellent, really versatile. The thing I really enjoy about these tools is when it's all in one place. So the favorite thing for me on here is the Instagram influencers page, as well as the Facebook Ad Spy, and of course, winning products. So when you land in the dashboard after you've signed up, you can put in products, winning products, audiences, and influencers. And they've got a few different filters here for finding your audience. You can have an engagement calculator, an influencer database. You can search Instagram for influencers. And of course, you can plug in your store and move all of the products once you found them straight to your store. And then like always, these tools usually have their own dropshipping course. You're going to get that for free on YouTube anyway, obviously. But yeah, so right now they've got 1,990 winning products, 2.7K promising products, 58 audiences, and 840 influencers. Played around with the influencer tool yesterday. I thought it was pretty promising, but for now, let's just have a look at all of the products. So straight away, they've just got a feed of products, similar products popping up here from on Niche Scraper, but also different products that we haven't seen before. Oh man, the reusable cable ties, saw that about 6 months ago. Yeah, nothing really novel here. This is all just sort of best selling on AliExpress. But I do like the different layout. They're going to give you the profits straight away, right on the front page, giving you a lot of information, which is going to save you time. On Niche Scraper, you had to click in to see that, but I think this is really useful. Pastry cutting wheel. So let's just go into this. Okay, so quite a bit of data here. When we have a look at the product, they have the ad analysis up front, 7.5 thousand likes on their ad with nearly 700 comments and 3,600 shares. It was a video, got 305,000 views, and it was posted nearly 2 years ago. 2 stars for engagement. You can go through and have a look at that ad, and you can have a look at where people are buying it on. So they're selling this on Amazon. They've got it from AliExpress. They give you the shipping methods. It's a really good breakdown. This is probably the most comprehensive breakdown of a product that I've seen. You can see the interest targeting they're using. You can have a look at the audience builder, which is where they're doing their interest targeting. Really, this is like proper in-depth detail and data. You can have a look at the magazines, the shows, public figures, lots of chefs, obviously, and other popular Facebook pages, and even influencers as well. So down here, they've got like food category influencers for people that you'd want to get in touch with for selling this product. I already actually the other day took eco-friendly influencers from this page and got in touch with them because I found with lots of these pages that my personal niche isn't actually really represented in the influencer community. So this was really useful for me to find an eco-friendly influencer who cares about sustainability, zero waste. So I got in touch with a couple of them and I'll be able to do story promotions. Well, we'll get to that later, but they give you a really good breakdown in the influencer Wicked. So yeah, seriously in-depth product here. And they're even going to show us another ad they've got. So this one's a bit newer, February 22nd, 1,200 likes, but nearly twice as many views. So it wasn't as good, it seems. So that's really cool for you to learn and study. Why did this one get less engagement and this one got more? Maybe it's new and it will come out later, but that's very interesting to look at. Okay, so let's move on to the Facebook engagement calculator. So if you've run an ad, you can input here the likes, the comments, the shares, and when you posted it, and it's going to show you your engagement. So let's just do a little test. 1,000 likes, 20 comments, 5 people shared it, and I posted it today, 25th of the 2nd, 2021. So that's 109.5. Not bad. But yeah, that would be good to come back to if you're running an ad and you could see exactly how you're faring up. Not much you can do with that data, to be honest, but it's just going to give you sort of a benchmark to work with. And then they've got their Facebook audience builder, all of the niches to look at of what, and it's going to give you ideas around detailed targeting. So let's go photography, camera. Yeah, it's going to give you big brands to look at, public figures, audiences. This would be Facebook groups and magazines, as well as websites. These are all names that I understand, so this is really quite genius. This is just so useful for a free tool. This has got to be the best one in all of the tools that we're looking at today. Let's have a look at another one. Something I don't really know much about. Unicorns, okay. Didn't know that was a niche. Team Unicorn, the unicorns, Unicorn Kid. Maybe this is just an algorithm that's finding those categories, but maybe they did set it up. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is really useful. I would definitely recommend jumping onto dropshipspy/audiences to have a look. Right, and then my favorite part of this tool is the Instagram influencers. They don't have too many on here. I think they've got like 800, but they do give you a really good breakdown. So let's just go on the first one. 0.0 sad, unable to get account info. So I got this yesterday. I would try just refreshing it a few times until it shows up. Unable to get account info, of course. Okay, let's try it one more time. Okay, so it seems that their influencer program is a bit broken right now. Maybe we'll just try a different page. Let's select a niche and try and get a bit better. Life hacks, unable. Okay, so this is kind of broken right now. Okay, so the Instagram influencer page isn't really working, so maybe they'll fix that in future, but it was working a couple of days ago and I really got a lot of value out of it. Then of course you can connect your store. If you're finding these products, you want to of course migrate them straight away. Then you can have a look at site scanners, just like we did on Niche Scraper. So let's have a look at Gymshark maybe. And then we can have a look at how they're getting traffic. decent site speed, really quite actually fast. Visitors by country, USA and Japan, and 120 external links to the site. And then they have a really good breakdown of rankings, how many people they're reaching per million views across various dates. Last 7 days, the last month, and the past 3 months. Yeah, a lot of data there. If you were competing with Gymshark, I'm not. They're pretty big, but yeah, lots of useful information here. And there's also a store search. So if you were, let's have a look at this. It usually doesn't work. Sneaker. Okay, so this isn't really working either. So there's a couple of bugs on the site, but overall, I'm really impressed with it. I mean, you can also download reviews from a product. So you can do this for free with Judge Me, but this is just another route for that as well. But yeah, that is that. Very useful tool there. As I've said many times, I will definitely be coming back to this because it packs a lot of value. And I'm just beginning to scrape the surface because this is the free account. If we were to have a look at how much it costs, I will just give you that information as well. So for the whole thing, 20 bucks a month. A lot cheaper than Niche Scraper and definitely got a lot more value in my opinion. But yeah, it's up to you to decide. Also, before we move on to the bonus section, we have our slides. So feel free to jump into the description where we have given away our slides. Now, what are our slides? Slides are basically just a visual representation with text as to what I'm saying, with a few extra pieces of information as well. Because I understand that not everybody's gonna be an audible learner, just listening to me rant. It's good to have a little bit of an aid where you can go through at your own pace and have a look at what we've written for you. So feel free to jump into those. They're pretty useful. So thanks for sticking around. This is the bonus section, and I thought this was a bit of a genius hack. I didn't come up with it myself. I'm not a genius. Reddit, buy it for life. You should head over there right now and take a look at what people are saying. This, in terms of grassroots data, is probably the pinnacle because its whole idea is people asking other people on the subreddit who have no ulterior motive to sell anything what a good product is. It's typically like older brands that aren't actually selling anymore. They've been discontinued. The actual products have been discontinued, but it's really good to have a look at what people have kept around because the products have just continued to do well. Well-built things, you know? So let's have a look through. I mean, even like I would never have thought of this. 4,000 upvotes. Got tired of all the mismatched and bent hangers, replaced them with some heavy-duty Dodo ink hangers. And then there you go. You should go and look at Dodo ink and be like, why are these hangers better than mine? If you're selling coat hangers, I mean, somebody's selling coat hangers, aren't they? A watch made from 1971. I mean, I was on here a couple of days ago and people were looking at staplers. And there was a stapler here from 1911. That isn't going to be the best for you. You're not going to be able to go on AliExpress and find that stapler and then put it in your Shopify store. But I think getting a bit of just a view on what products do well. You know, you're trying to fulfill a need, right? So when people need a stapler, they don't want a stapler and they don't need a stapler that breaks after a year. They want a stapler to stick around in the family and they can go, yeah, they were a really great brand, Cowrie staplers. You know, that is where we all want to be as business owners. We don't want our products to just flop and be broken instantly. And that goes hand in hand with dropshipping. You know, when you're selling dropshipping products all over the world, one of the rules of a great winning product is that it's durable and lightweight. It's not going to break in transit. On the subreddit as well, it's a great thing to ask people what they want from a good product. Just go in and say something like, what's been the best pair of hiking boots that you've ever had in your life? And people will flood you with benefits, features, and brands that worked really well for them in terms of hiking boots. And they'll flood you with pictures as well, but it's a great data sourcing tool. So that's that really. I hope you enjoyed that little bonus bit about Reddit. Hope you enjoyed all of these tools. And if you learned anything, please hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, that is that. And have a great day. Thanks.